Project management has a way of evolving over time, and that'll be no different as we move towards 2025. The role of a PM is an ever changing thing. In 2025, PMs aren't just task managers, they're strategic leaders who are relied upon heavily by their companies for large digital transformations, sustainability initiatives, while also leading their remote teams post COVID. These changes aren't things to be taken lightly. They're things that need to be considered when moving into a new project, when moving off of projects, and really just as your organization fluctuates and changes with you, as a contributing member of that company. What does this mean for us project managers as we move into the new year? What are the latest trends and technologies that are going to be impacting our roles? Let's go ahead and dive a little deeper into what I'm predicting that'll look like. The hottest topic right now is artificial intelligence, and that's nothing new, nothing you haven't heard of before. But how is this going to impact the PM role? Overall, from a consumer point of view, even as a PM perspective, AI is still relatively in its infancy stage. Right now, we have tools like ChatGPT. There's hundreds of other, generative AI platforms out there that PMs can utilize. The big thing right now that I see driving in 2025, as a project manager, as we work through our task, as we lead our teams, is utilizing these AI tools to automate our task or to at least make some of our tasks easier. AI is there to maybe help predict project outcomes based on live data we're feeding it. AI can help us analyze risk if we provide the proper inputs. May also help us provide outputs in a much quicker pace. If we can store certain data within a certain GPT, within a certain AI platform, we may be able to automate things like status reports, things like general communications we want to send out to our teams. All of these things are going to be helpful tools as a PM, to help us make our time more efficient. There are some risk here. Lots of companies have wildly different rules and protocols as it relates to AI and how PMs and employees are to use AI. Some places straight up don't allow it yet. Other places are very laissez-faire, very hands-off on what they care you use when it comes to delivering your performance, your outputs. But that's just something that PMs are going to have to take in mind as we kind of move into this new era of utilizing AI. And it's going to be a challenge, but it's also going to be an exciting undertaking. How are PMOs going to embrace AI? How are companies going to allow their employees to utilize AI? There is a bit of a trade-off there, and it can be scary from an employee's perspective, right? We don't want to be too efficient at our job. We don't want to, completely eliminate the need for my role by streamlining this position altogether with the help of AI. It can be a scary thought as technology advances and we move further and further into the future. Another topic that's going to remain a consistent topic as PMs move into the future is the ability to manage remote teams. Now, a lot of companies are slowly rolling these initiatives back and forcing employees back into the office multiple days, if not full time, back in the office. That said, there is a pushback. There is a strong contingent of companies that are remaining remote, and that's just something that I think is going to remain a consistent thing in the future. I think a lot of companies are showing and proving that there's a ton of value in their employees' happiness and their employees' results by remaining remote. And there's no sense in upsetting that and making a change and forcing employees back in the office. Every company is going to have different opinions, reasonings behind this. But as a PM, we still have to be conscious of that. Of our employees being scattered throughout not just the U.S., not just in one country, but throughout the world. As we move further into the future, especially with an outward look to 2025, it'll be crucial for PMs to develop emotional intelligence, to develop true leadership skills, to build up their team, to navigate conflicts, to promote decision-making skills among team members, to manage our stakeholders, kind of leaning off of what we just discussed with remote teams, right? Um, doing it in this world that is, our team is widespread. And that's going to be important for us to manage. And while a lot of companies go through restructurings, maybe they're going through layoffs, with the economy being what it is, right? It's not great in terms of a job market right now. Some companies letting go might be difficult to find new positions elsewhere. Companies are relying more and more on PMs to help them drive their decision making, whether that is project selection, whether that's in regards to how much funding different departments needs. PMs are slowly being elevated into these management type roles because of those layoffs, because of those organizational shifts, right? Because PMs have the knowledge, they have the ability based on the projects they've been managing, the teams they've been managing on those projects, and it's kind of just natural for those natural leadership abilities of PMs to rise up a little bit, and to really contribute more to our directors, to our VPs, to those really making decisions up the chain. They're going to rely on these PMs, due to the skinnying of our orgs over time, and that's just how it is in 2025 in terms of an outlook. I think it's a potentially a hostile topic, but just with the way orgs and companies are shaping, I foresee PMs being relied upon more because of their ability to do so. With all of that said, I really see project managers being able to streamline their task and focusing more on the human side of leadership and contributing more to the human side of leadership. Right, we might be more efficient with AI, doing our documentation, sending out communications, just gathering and analyzing data. Right, we may not need to sit here and comb over, an Excel sheet of data. We've got the tools and artificial intelligence to do that for us. I think what's most important going into 2025, being a project manager of the future, is harnessing those leadership skills and working with your team in a collaborative manner, right? My personal approach is I try to be a PM who is empowering. I try to get buy-in from my team and really, show why this project's important. What positive change this project's going to bring to our company, to our team, and maybe even to the world. Depending on your org. And I think that's a really powerful message we can drive home. I think it also just aligns with having and showcasing your leadership skills, right? If you can empower a team like that, with all these other distractions in the way, a scary job market, scary new technology coming in that might disrupt some of our process flows, that's where companies are going to rely on you as the PM to build that team up around you, to push them towards that end result, that end product. Managing projects in 2025 will certainly be an exciting yet challenging task with all of the technological changes that PMs and companies are going to be faced with. I hope this topic was of interest to you. If you think there are other challenges moving into the future for PMs, feel free to leave those comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Maybe even create a new video based on those topics where we can discuss that a little more. So all that said, thanks for listening, and give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks.